Jason, today we're going to be talking about Boeing. What have you heard about Boeing recently?
I shouldn't be whistling anywhere near Boeing, anywhere near the planes.
No, you shouldn't be whistling at all near them because of the implications. But no, we are talking about Boeing today because Boeing aims to bring flying cars to Asia by 2030. What are your thoughts?
I feel like that is the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard.
It is honestly the most ridiculous statement I've ever read, too. So the thing is, U.S. aircraft manufacturer Boeing plans to enter the flying car business in Asia by 2030, looking to tap demand for the fast, short distance travel the vehicles could provide in the region's traffic choke cities. This is Boeing's chief technology officer revealing the plans. What are your thoughts on this?
The dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You know how their planes are.
No, I mean there's a lot of different reasons why. There's like so many like reasons why this is bad.
There is so many reasons. This is so crazy, by the way, ridiculously crazy. The thing is, the company is developing electric vehicle takeoff and landing craft at subsidiary Whisk Aero. The aircraft will adopt autonomous technology, rare among the eVTOL craft. The plan is to first obtain certification in the U.S. before expanding into Asia. Details of the Asia business will be finalized in the future, including whether Boeing will sell the aircraft to companies aiming to provide eVTOL transportation services or operate the service itself. I do have a couple more things to say, but before that, if you like interesting content like this, consider subscribing. We put out interesting videos daily. We have a library of over 400 videos, and the thing is, subscribing is free, it doesn't cost anything, and it does really help out the channel. So consider subscribing. What are your thoughts?
I was just waiting for that moment to like just unload a load of like, this is the most dumb thing I've ever heard.
Really?
Think about it this way. It depends on how much each of these aircraft cost, but imagine this. Each aircraft is like affordable, like even see it like slightly affordable. Now the congestion is now not on the streets, it's in the skies.
Yeah, no, it's
And the streets.
yes, that is true.
Yeah, and where are they going to fly? Are they going to have air roads? They have to establish air roads.
And I do want to say, like you alluded to right in the beginning, I do not trust their manufacturing.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, right now I do not trust their manufacturing, especially because of the recent events, everything that's happened to Boeing, the doors falling off.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's
yeah.
This is the whole thing where like it could fall out of the sky. You could just,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. Everyone's ignoring what's happened to these Boeing
Like,
planes prior to this.
I mean, yeah, the Boeing planes, but I mean, just the logistics. Like,
Yeah, the
Boeing's
logistics.
is not the only person or only business like making these flying cars or like trying to make flying cars.
Yeah, that's true.
Are they going
That
to
is
talk to
true.
each other?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
where are they going?
The logistics of it is crazy. To begin, like what you mentioned, the logistics of it is insane.
Have you ever seen traffic in like Asia and how freaking crazy it is? They don't listen to any traffic law. It's just free for all.
It is true.
Imagine that in the
true.
skies.
Yeah.
It's just bumper cars or like
Oh my
demolition
God.
derby.
Bumper car. No, not even bumper. Okay. So the thing is, yes, Boeing is currently selecting its first Asian market, including Japan. In Japan, domestic startup SkyDrive and Germany's Volocopter are scheduled to operate air taxi service at the 2025 Osaka World Expo.
This is interesting that it's gonna be in Japan first.
Yes.
That's my thought.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is good. It's very interesting. So the thing is that Boeing opened a research and development base in Nagoya on Thursday. Its first established R&D operation in Japan in 2022, but had been renting space from other companies until now. The new Nagoya base is the company's 7th R&D facility outside the U.S., following locations in Australia, South Korea, and India.
So my initial thought when you said Japan is that like they picked the worst place to do this because they're all about thinking about their neighbors, being self-aware about like being not being too disruptive.
Courteous. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
courteous. Think about a friggin' airplane flying like low, like they're flying around all the place. Like they're not gonna be quiet.
No, they're not. They're not going to be quiet. And
Imagine how many upset people are they're gonna be about these like little like hundreds of these planes, thousands potentially if they get their way.
I am interested to see what they're going to be developing in like 2025 and seeing like how that's going to play out because they want to. That's a relatively quick timeline. That's like 2 years from now, less than 2 years.
Yeah, I mean,
And
they have a thing called
Helicopters.
helicopters.
They do have helicopters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could just get a helicopter. Like,
I mean, yeah.
can anybody get these
But these guys
flying
are
cars?
these guys are pitching it as flying cars.
I don't know.
I know but I do know we have helicopters. So the thing is, Citron signaled potential collaboration with automakers with experience in the fuel cells or electric vehicles. The auto sector is a major industry in the Chubu region around Nagoya. Boeing Japan President Will Schaffer pointed to the advantages of basing operations in Nagoya, including the presence of suppliers in Aichi Prefecture and neighboring Gifu Prefecture, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, Kawasaki Heavy Industries, and Subaru, which manufacture key parts for Boeing, all have factories nearby. So they're going to be leaning on other people.
I feel like they're gonna say like, "Oh, this is really safe because it's made in Japan. It doesn't break down."
It doesn't break down.
They're
I
really-
don't know. The reputation, Boeing's reputation is like literally at the lowest that it could be.
Yeah, but I feel like I feel like the perception of the public is like, okay, maybe if
Maybe if it's built in Japan,
like
that it
Toyota built it, that thing's not falling out of the sky.
it would be. You know what? If I will say this,
Honda made it and never.
if Honda made it and they had like Boeing like attached and it fell down, no one's gonna think Honda. Everyone's gonna think Boeing.
That's true.
You know it's true. And no matter if any one of these companies' parts fail, it's gonna be on Boeing.
That is true. But I mean, it's gonna be interesting because the like, are they gonna have to have a pilot's license? They're talking about autonomous vehicles. So are they just gonna be like mini drones, like the
Just flying.
that's
through.
flying? I feel like that's
I
kind of what they're thinking. Like maybe like quadcopters that
I'd
just
be
take you
scared.
somewhere.
I'd be scared to get in something like that.
I feel like it would have to be a while. I wouldn't be like the first person to jump in one, but maybe like
No one wants
later
to be the
on.
first person. No one wants to be the first. I mean, there will be people who want to be the
Definitely
first.
want to be
people.
the first person.
Put the Boeing employees in there first.
Oh my goodness.
See what happens. So the other thing is the other real opportunity here in the region is access to talent. They mentioned that they've partnered closely with Nagoya University as well as other places to find and access very good talent. Boeing currently employs 27 R&D staff from 12 countries in Japan and plans to increase the number to around 50 in the future.
I don't know. I think this is like in the near term. I think it's just gonna be a rich person's like luxury item.
Yeah,
Luxury
I
item.
100% agree with that. Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna be able to make one cheap enough for mass production. So I think like only a few people are gonna have it, and it'll be like even if it like makes any sense, it's gonna be a while unless they go like to do like taxi service or something. Then maybe if it's like a big corporation that buys a bunch of them.
I do wonder about the the air regulations over there or in other places in Japan. If you're one of our if you're one of our listeners, comment down below if you know the regulations, because I know here like the FAA. Yeah, and I feel like they would have to jump through a lot of hoops trying to get things like these things in the air, and I think that's why they're trying to get out in Asia first.
The thing is that it's gonna have to be. I think there's gonna be one road, like air roads that are gonna be specific pathways for the air cars to travel, because they're gonna be worried about like if they crash or like something happens and they have to land, where they're gonna go, the noise. They're gonna have to figure out what like flight level they're gonna be at, like to reduce the amount of noise. Like what, are there gonna be signals? They have to communicate with planes in the area.
Yeah, and the thing is that timeline's coming up fast because 2030 is more than a few years away. 2025 is less than 2 years away. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. The very last thing I
Like
do want to
half
say,
a year away.
half a year, yes, half a year.
I was like, what are you
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
you're right. Half a year, yes, you're right. The last thing I do want to say is the company will use Nagoya base to develop digital tools for aircraft design and manufacturing, sustainable aviation fuel and hydrogen fuel cells. It will also research composite material used in aircraft bodies, including recycle technologies and methods to boost production capacity and factory robots. But that's what they all say.
My last thought is that we've been promised flying cars for years. There have been companies that have come and companies that have gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
There are
that's true.
still no flying cars. So I'm like, I don't think this is any different than that. It's just like they say this thing, and I don't think it's gonna happen. But I mean, it'll be interesting to see if it actually happens.
It will be interesting to see. It'll be just like the Tesla's Hyperloop.
Oh, just
in,
like that.
In what is it, in Vegas? But yes, let us know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Do you think that Boeing making these flying cars? Do you think that's a good idea? Maybe. But not showing recently. Yes, let us know in the comment section down below.